right, everybody, so the gacha space is having a massive shakeup, and it's all to do with the Europe. Yes, Europe and the PEGI age rating systems are in fact changing in Europe, and it's probably not good news for EA Sports FC, but also for other gacha games, and we're going to get into exactly why. You guys know on this channel, I have been very, very critical of age ratings for gacha games for a long time, not only because a lot of gacha games are inherently very kind of goonery, but also anytime there is money involved, loot boxes, the gacha systems, paying for different in-game currencies, I'm always of the mindset, I've always been an advocate of them being at least 16 plus every single time, and it seems like the European Union, the Europeans have listened, and the PEGI age rating has been changing. And there is an article here from Eurogamer that tells us exactly what the fuck is happening. Video game PEGI age ratings are changing in Europe. Let's go have a look, okay? Video game age ratings are about to change in Europe. The Pan-European Game Information Age Ratings Body, better known as PEGI, which determines the age ratings for games everywhere in Europe apart from Germany. Why is Germany left out of that, by the way? Is about to make arguably the most significant update in its history. Yes, we've got history in the making right now for gacha games. In June this year, so in a couple months' time, 4 new categories are being added to the age rating criteria, which will attempt to tackle elements of addictive design in games, unmonitored online communication, and the big one, paid content in a game, including systems like loot boxes, okay? And we all know gacha is basically one big, massive fuck-off loot box. The result of these changes will mean that games like EA Sports FC, which is routinely awarded a PEGI 3, Wait! FIFA was a PEGI 3? The game you could spend money on? Huh? I never knew that. I thought it was like 12. Oh my god. But comes with separate in-app purchases warning because of the Ultimate Team blind bag card packs and game sales will now likely be age rated PEGI 16. Thank god. Thank God, this should have happened years ago, guys. This should happen as soon as you can spend money in a game. It should have been 16 plus. I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. I felt this forever. As soon as you could spend in-app purchases, in-app currencies, anything like that, should have always been 16 plus. PEGI director Dirk Bosmans, bro's actually called Bossman. That's crazy. All my UK peeps, we know. We love a Bossman. Explained the changes to me this week, saying these were issues that had been on the company's radar for some time, and their cues were taken from Germany's ratings board USK, which implemented similar strategies a couple of years ago. Bro, PEGI is so behind the times. It is so bad. This should have happened so many. Bro, as soon as Genshin Impact came out and they saw how many kids played that game, they should have immediately changed the fucking rating. Bro, that game is so fucking huge and made such like a spree of everything. They should have changed it like 4 years ago at least. Criteria number 1, in-app purchases. This is the most important when it comes to our gacha games. If a game contains time-limited or quantity-limited paid items, like a paid battle pass where rewards disappear after a certain time, that's most live service games, meaning there's pressure exerted for people to return and play, it will get a PEGI 12 rating, okay? So every live service game that has a battle pass is now automatically a PEGI 12. I think we can all say that's a pretty good thing. Note, Fortnite already has a PEGI 12 rating, and there will be other games in a similar situation where the age rating won't change because of this, but there will be additional descriptors to highlight these systems. This description is intentionally brief. We obviously have more details in the background, Bossman's told me, but we're not sharing that right now because we need to put it in practice to see how this works. So apparently you could be able to reduce it to a PEGI rating 7 if it contains in-game controls that allow you to turn the spending off by default. So the more customization, the more like basically parental controls that you have to disable that kind of stuff, you'll be able to change it to a 7. But honestly, I feel that's fine, okay? Wouldn't that count Daily Quest 2 if they give Asterite likes? Maybe, but I think, Shinem, the mere fact that with gachas, it's in-app purchases means it's already above a 12 anyway, right? It's already above a 12. It'll be a PEGI 16. So I think, you know, it doesn't really matter at that point, right? This is for us, it's experimental. So they're going to be playing around with like the actual ratings and see what works and what doesn't. Let's move on to the second criteria. Criteria 1B or 2, paid random items. Now this is actually the important one. This is loot boxes, so your average card pack systems, gacha systems, but also keys to unlock the random items. We try to close the loopholes. If a game sells these things, it will be rated PEGI 16. The rating goes up for PEGI 18 for, and again this is mostly a mobile thing, social casino games. I wish they had a bit of more of a descriptor on what that means. Social casino, what does that mean exactly? But you know, we'll see. We will not rule out that in the future, that if a PEGI 7 with mitigating circumstances for in-game purchases works, that if companies would develop in-game controls that put access to paid loot boxes off by default, we might see a PEGI 12, but for the moment that doesn't exist. So this is basically every gacha game ever. Yeah, this is basically every single gacha game ever is immediately going to be PEGI 16, which I think is great. Here's an example. Social casino slots. Oh, okay, these ones. I see the actual casinos. Okay, so they'll be 18. Okay, they'll be 18. But every single gacha is now immediately a PEGI 16, which it should have been a long fucking time ago. Criteria 3, play by appointment. This criteria attempted to get at addictive designing games. In this case, games that incentivize or pressure you to return to them. Again, a lot of gacha games. The essence of what PEGI is trying to capture is this. When kids tell their parents, I have to play this today because I want to continue my streak, or there is a daily quest that I have to play. There was some discussion here, he added. Some people pointed out that there are features that make the game engaging and fun. This is enriching the game experience similar to a cliffhanger in a Netflix series. So we mostly want to inform parents about this because there's no reason why we should give Animal Crossing a very high rating. So this is going to stick to a PEGI 7, but it will have a descriptor that explains this. The exact language of the descriptors is still needs to be figured out. This kind of design relates to the battle passes as well, so the age rating scales to PEGI 12, the same rating paid battle pass would get. The battle pass incentivizes people to return to it. This is a very interesting one. Online community. They have ones for online community. If you have an unrestricted communication in your game, it's PEGI 18, so it needs to be like moderated for it to be less or have more like control over what you see or hear. So like, I feel like this is like things like what's it called? Like voice chat while you're nearby. Shit, what's it called? What's it called? Like imagine if you have voice, what's it called? When you have voice chat while you're near people, like in games. Oh my god, there's a word for it. Proximity chat. Yeah. Like things that have like proximity chat, I think that's really what that's alluding to. Anything with like an open VC. Anything with an open VC or like text chat that isn't like moderated, right? I feel like that's going to be automatically like PEGI 18. So yeah, unmoderated text, voice chats, that's going to be PEGI 18. That's what that seems anyway. The game also probably wouldn't be able to get it released on some platforms because they wouldn't allow this. And I would say specifically for the UK and UK Online Safety Act, this game would be illegal for sale in the United Kingdom. Ooh. Don't expect to see many of these games. This is more like a line in the sand. We need to make it clear to companies this is something you cannot do. I mean, UK, as I'm very well acquainted with, I'm extremely well acquainted with, the UK has a lot of strict rules on what you can or can't say. So the UK, it's fucking UK, Starmer. So that makes sense if you want to help people, like, because the thing is, the problem is, which I'm also very familiar with, if these games or platforms don't comply with the UK law, they face a lot of fines by Ofcom. So you have to comply with Online Safety Act laws. The changes come into effect in June. This is going to come into effect in June of this year, Bossman said. And we do expect that at the point, games will be submitted to us under this new regime. Comply, you could say. And then we're going to have to remain confidential for a while because we can't disclose rate until the game is ready for release or announcement. We do expect that somewhere later in summer, we will see the first games under these new criteria appear on the market at Gamescom around then. Bossmans, honestly, this should have happened so long ago. But honestly, not because of the gacha system, but because a lot of these games, I feel like why was Snowbreak a PEGI 12? Can someone tell me that? Like, why the fuck was Snowbreak? Hang on, let me bring it up real quick. Wait, let me bring it up. Why the fuck was Snowbreak? Why is this game a PEGI 12? Can anyone tell me? Like, why the fuck was this game of all time? Like, PEGI 12? Bro, they give you blowjobs in this game. Right? Like, deadass, they give you blowjobs. It's not even the fucking, like, the gacha. It's the fact that, like, they shook you off, bro. Is it Brown? No, Browners 2's 18. Bro, Browners 2's 18. Look! Browners 2's 18! Because it has sex! Has sex in it! Right? It's got the fucking sex. It's right there. You know? Nikkei. 12! Gotta be 16 now. Sexual innuendo, mild swearing. All of these games are gonna be at least 16 plus now. Honestly, good. Not just because of the gacha, but yeah, because of the fucking... because of the goonery. The random fog really worked, I guess. Just slight gore. Yeah, don't matter, guys. Just slight sexual innuendo and gore and violence and everything. It's all fine. The boobs, no. The boobs, absolutely fucking not. So that's kind of the update when it comes to the PEGI rating. Hopefully, honestly, this is a good thing. I really think this is a good thing. You know, I'm obviously not for mass regulation and mass censorship or whatever the fuck, but I think this is actually a reasonable guideline for people to like follow. Or again, it's an age rating. That's all it is. It's just a silly age rating thing. Will it matter in the long run? It's probably gonna do fucking nothing. Everyone's gonna treat the games the exact same. I doubt this is really gonna change much in the long run, but it's not a policy that I am against. Honestly, these ratings should have been updated fucking 4 years ago, okay, when Genshin came out. That's how I feel about this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you're here watching right now, and I'm live almost every single day, wherever you watch live streams, on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, where fucking ever you want to watch me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.